Jace Merrick's Fast Track is made possible by funding from the Corporation for Punting BMWs, and by contributions to the channel from viewers like you. Thank you. Wow, already in the second half of the series? We're in April now? Wow, I need to lay off the caffeine. Anyways, this week's track is another certified classic in the North American road racing scene. Homed in the land of bagged milk, comically cold winters, and the unsung hero of the 2021 Formula 1 season, Fight Me, I present the Canadian Tire Motorsport Park, or as it's more commonly known as Mosport. Speaking of Formula 1, one of its most iconic drivers actually had a hand in its creation. While construction of the track began around 1959, Sir Sterling Moss was brought aboard in 1960 as a consultant to help finalize the track layout. The most notable of the changes he suggested was that the conventional single apex hairpin that would have been turn 5 was redone to be a complex with a pair of 90-degree turns instead that are now colloquially known as Moss Corner. The Oakville Light Car Club would eventually have the honor of hosting the circuit's first race in the June of 1961. And like with Laguna Seca last week, Mosport would, and still does, host a revolving door of different series, including, at one point in time, Formula 1. But a question that bothered me up until I did my research for this video was, where does Canadian Tire fit into all this? And the answer is, boring. They signed a title sponsorship deal with the track in 2011. But could you imagine if a megastore brand like Walmart were to sponsor or even make their own racetrack? Actually, no, I don't want to imagine that. Let's just get into the... Anyways, beginning with turn 1, a big lift and a dab of the brake will help get the car turned in. Keep the car pointed to the right to get a good entry into Clayton Corner, or you'll be using a dab of brake there as well to turn the car and keep a tidy line down the hill. Don't cut too far in though, otherwise you'll get a wheel stuck in the drainage ditch and ruin your line. Use the red painted box on the right wall as your reference for braking into Quebec Corner, where you can get back on the throttle deceptively early. It goes slightly uphill, so the Ferrari might have trouble getting back on the power sooner. Hug the inside through turn 4 and brake as late as you can for Moss Corner. Keep the front of the car loaded through this complex and use a bit of braking to hit the apex at 5B. Take a small break and cool down on the Mario Andretti straightaway, and pray your tires do the same, because the S's are unforgiving on them. Use the power line posts on the left as your braking reference, downshifting into 4th gear and immediately getting off the brakes as soon as you're there. Rotate your car to hug the apex and exit of turn 8 before using the brakes and downshifting to swing the car into 9, and do the same for 10. Though be careful getting back on the power here, because the exit is quite conducive to understeer. This track puts tires through the grinder like it's nothing else. It got to the point where I did my Hotlap on the medium tires instead of the softs. Goes to show you how big of a leap it is between tire compounds. Might even want to run hards for the race if you can get them up to temperature. Another thing I learned late into my testing is that if you tack on too much camber or downforce, the car will start to fight you and understeer like no one's business. If you're feeling this through the faster sections of the track, like the final S section or Clayton Corner, remove some rear wing or front splitter. If it's through Moss Corner or the final turn, take out some camber. It won't get rid of the problem completely, and you'll probably have to change a few other things with your setup, but that is what I found in my testing. And the final thing I learned about this week is that the Ferrari got hit with more ballast to try and bring it in line with the BMW, so despite my contractual obligations to the main sponsor of the show from now on, I'm betting that this race is going to be more of a toss-up as to which car will take the win on Saturday. Speaking of the race on Saturday, here are the calculations for it. And before I close out today's episode, I want to give a big thanks to LD for both supporting me financially. Yes, that bit at the beginning where I said I was being supported by viewers is not entirely a lie, but also to motivate me to put these videos to YouTube. Honestly, I'm still kind of nervous about putting some of these to YouTube, but I feel like I'm going to get more comfortable with it over time, you know, finding my pace, my niche, my audience, you know, all those cool things I said at my YouTube channel trailer, which you can find over on my channel. But yeah, hopefully, you know, I'll be able to one day collaborate with these big guys and maybe even do some real-life racing with them. Which is a concept that hasn't been done before and is not being done right now as we speak. And to those of you who have absolutely no idea who I am or why these videos are being labeled as Season 3, well, first of all, welcome. I hope you like and subscribe for more in the future. But Seasons 1 and 2 are going to be released as supercuts with a little bit of commentary from me at the beginning, like what I'm doing right now. And that'll be done soon. I don't know when soon will be. I'm not sure, but rest assured I will get around to this. Anyways, enough boring everybody to death with my channel plans. That's it for today. Join me next time when we go to Cathedral Rock, which is actually remotely close to here, believe it or not. And we're going to be doing a little bit more than sightseeing there. But till then, good luck. Thanks for watching. And to those of you who have absolutely no idea who I am or why these videos are being labeled as Season 3, first of all, welcome. I hope you liked and subscribed for more that are coming in.